Hey, welcome back to Logical Republican. Thanks for stopping in again today. Really appreciate it. If you like what you see, like what you hear, remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to share it with somebody, the share button is there as well. So today we're back in the car, and I wanted to do a follow-up on the drive around the Tenderloin district and the homeless situation in San Francisco that you might have read about. And there's been a lot of news lately about the San Francisco city government shipping homeless people by bus out of town. And I don't know how many they've shipped or where they're shipping them to, but I mean, if you look around, this is O'Farrell Street in San Francisco. Okay, you got people on the sidewalk. It's an open air drug market. People doing drugs, just hanging around, and it's certainly not gotten any better. It's an election year. You'd think that the mayor might be doing something, but we're gonna kind of take that same route that I did when we did this a couple months ago. And again, I'm driving illegal here because in the state of California, you're not supposed to have a cell phone attached to your hand while you're driving. So I'm sure the cops have nothing better to do around here except maybe hassle a driver who's holding a cell phone. Never mind, I just passed a guy who had a needle in his arm. Never mind that. But yeah, we're going down O'Farrell Street here, and we're getting down to near where Macy's is and where Union Square is. And you know, imagine you're a tourist, you're coming into town, and you take the wrong turn, and you come across stuff like this. You know, you're staying at the Super 8, or you're staying at the whatever hotel that is. You're literally a block away from the Hilton, which is coming up on my right. So a Hilton is like a 50-story building where, you know, nightly rates are probably $300 to $400. If you need to park, it's probably another $50 or $60. And you get out of the hotel, and instead of turning right to go to Macy's, you make a left and you walk out to the drug market. So this next block is where we started last time. So we're on Mason Street, and we're about to make a right turn here. And you know, there's people over here that look kind of touristy. I mean, they don't, you know, they look like they're in town to see the sights, and I don't know if they know what they're in for here. So we're gonna make a turn here on Ellis, and we have another off to the right here, off to the left rather, here we have the Park 55 Hotel, which is another Hilton property. And it's, I don't know how many stories, 30 stories high, something like that. So definitely going to be filled with tourists. And again, hope the guidebook, the tour book, the concierge, whomever, says, don't turn left, don't go back the other way. Your only options really are straight and right. Okay, so we're going out here, and this is the back end of the San Francisco Hilton Hotel here. And really not a lot going on here and now. Up on the right is Glide Memorial Church, the place where Will Smith went for a meal in his fantastic performance in The Pursuit of Happiness. I think they turned him away because he was a man, and they wouldn't let him come inside with his son, so he slept that night in a BART bathroom, I believe. Yeah, kind of a sad situation. Anyways, driving up here, and we'll kind of see if it's been cleaned up a little bit since the last time. On this next block, it was basically an entire block length of a tent city. So let's see, we've got this guy on the city dime. He's looking at his iPhone while the other guy is digging. Typical San Francisco union workers. All right, so here on the left we have tents and people sleeping on the sidewalk, and more tents. And so this really hasn't changed too much. There's a working lady over there, and we've got a guy, I don't know what the heck he's doing over there. And we've got more people up here that are seemingly intoxicated. Got speed freaks, meth heads, the whole gamut. Here, there's a young lady, doesn't look to be more than 20 years old, and she looks pretty strung out. This person crossing the street in front of me is speaking to herself, and I'm gonna try and cut over here. Oops. So yeah, we had Tent City and tweakers and drug dealers and drug users and abusers on that last block, and we've got much of the same here, although this block is much cleaner than the last block. Got some people that look a bit handicapped there. I don't know where they live or where they stay or how they survive in this mess, but apparently they do. The Senator Hotel. I'm sure that's a fine establishment. There's a playground here, and they're asking me to detour down the block here. So this looks like a very good detour block, to tell you the truth, just to illustrate what the hell's going on. This is obscene. So I'm just gonna hold my phone out here so you can see this. This, people, is San Francisco. This is Skid Row. This is an entire block of people sitting on the street, strung out on fentanyl or whatever they're strung out on, looking for something. But look at this. Just look at this. This is San Francisco, the city by the bay. One of the most beautiful cities anywhere, and this is it. And you've got literally wall to wall. There were probably 300 people on that street that were strung out on something. They were homeless, they were strung out, and just a mess. Just an absolute mess. And then off to my right there's a playground, which, I mean, there are kids being brought up in this concrete jungle. And we've got, to their credit here, we have folks out here that are traffic monitors. Thank you for your service, much appreciated. But yeah, there are kids in this concrete jungle, and this guy is crossing against the red light, and this drag out here is doing something. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. We've got a lot of these folks out here, which is really pretty nice. You know, that there are people that are trying to do something to make this area better, cleaner, safer. Unfortunately, the city of San Francisco and the homeless, I don't even know what it is. It's a bureau of something that allegedly looks after homeless people and has a budget of well over $250 million annually. Doesn't seem to be doing diddly. So we're just gonna kind of make one little last trip up here, up on Polk Street, and I'm just kind of curious because a couple blocks up there was a huge homeless encampment down some alley, and we'll see if they're still there. This next block up here is where a hotel was, and there was a big encampment in front, and it's still there. And we've got some guy bending over. Yeah, that's still a mess. So anyways, long story short, welcome to San Francisco. The homeless problem that you've been reading about, seeing in the news, the liberal press calling it overblown, exaggerated by the right wing. They're haters. They don't really know what's going on in San Francisco. It's real. It is absolutely, positively real. This is 2024. This is August of 2024. This is not a mirage. That gentleman sitting there on the corner is not a mirage. Those people down the block there are not a mirage. This is reality. There are thousands and thousands of people in San Francisco that are strung out. They've got nowhere to go. I don't know how they get a fix or how they feed their habit. It's certainly not by working at a McDonald's flipping burgers. It's an absolute mess. It's an embarrassment. The city of San Francisco should be embarrassed. London Breed, the mayor, should be embarrassed. The entire board of supervisors should be embarrassed. This is the alleyway I was talking about here, and there's people, and actually it's not as bad as it was. Anyways, thank you for stopping in again today. I just wanted to share with you the reality of the homeless situation in the city of San Francisco, really as a follow-up to the post I did a few months ago to see if the election year and all the talk about helping and cleaning up the homeless situation here has made a dent, and clearly it has not. In fact, it looks the same as it did a few months ago. In fact, it might even be a little bit worse. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. Share this if you wouldn't mind. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And hopefully I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.